Roger, me dodger. Step forward if your name is Angus. You're in number 18.
I'm Spartacus.
Step back against the wall, you freak. Can you stand to my left? In a line, facing me.
There we go.
I'm getting PTSD from
I'm
James.
trying to
Wink,
fucking.
you're the IC, take fucking command. If you fly an Apache for a living, stand there facing me.
Shit occupation.
What?
I'll just move up a bit.
Can we move up, forward, or back?
Forward.
If you are a
Bit more.
JTAC, stand there facing me.
I'm
And
gonna
if you're
half
a
step.
TMW, stand to my right facing me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Schmidt is showing up later. He's doing DIT.
Yeah, no, a lot of them are doing dip. Right, who have got? Is that
Jesus
Fisher
Christ.
over there?
Right dressing people is funny.
Roger. TMW, mate, looking rigid.
18's a bit weak tonight.
Oi.
Got enough for one chinook. We've got a full-man
Yeah,
crew
plus we
there.
do. Yeah, we've got fucking
I've
5
got
man
enough
with
for
someone.
5.
4 platoons.
6 with Angus.
Righty ho. Right, who's that? Blockton. You got a gunner or a pilot?
Shepard's his pilot.
Who are you with?
Genchev.
Is Genchev on, is he?
Yeah, he's in the arsenal.
Nice, like that. Good effort. We'll let everyone get in. So what we're going to do tonight is the infantry are connecting half past. 18 and 662. Woof woof. We're going through hot HLS drills with the infantry. So quickly together, we need to finalize how Moses, for this example, how Moses and her crew want them to embark a helicopter on a hot HLS, the most organized fashion that suits you and suits 18. Obviously, Wick can have his say in this and all, being the pilot and the overall in command of the bird. 662, you are to escort and suppress the HLS if it is hot, and just cover the area, blah, 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 blah. TMW are there to assist in injuries, but we'll also end up putting you in the sections as well. 1, you get your fighting, blah, blah, blah. 2, you can be there for injuries and whatnot. The infantry numbers are quite light, so we'll probably end up putting you and the JTACs in a section. Being commanded by Brooke. He's done JNCO. Being 2 ICs by Larkinson. Because he's going to do JNCO.
Oh, I'll give you a quick rundown. It's fun.
Everyone happy with that?
Roger.
Right. So if 34 and TMW would now like to combine to make a section.
All right, come on, we'll go over there. There's more of them. Nice.
Good choice.
Right, you're being point man.
662, you can go finger Apaches, get your helicopters ready, and then fly over to the infantry area. Do you know where that is?
On the map, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just to the north. If you want to land on the apron there, spool down and just wait for us. Get your loadout sorted, do any bit of comms and whatever you need to do. Who's Vanquish 1-1 and who's 1-2?
I'm 1-1. Woods is 1-2.
Roger.
Well, it'll be Genchev and Platoon on comms.
Yeah, me and Genchev on comms.
There's 5 of us.
Oh. Right, let's go.
You actually.
Where is it? There's Genchev. Alright.
You actually.
Happy birthday for yesterday, Alan.
Thanks.
Welcome.
You want to go on the tricky 1-1, Wick?
It depends what. If we're going to just be doing mert taskings all night, then yeah.
We'll
Otherwise,
put
if
you
we're
on the
going to be
tricky
doing.
1-1 just in case there is mert.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Roger.
I'm getting my rifle.
You can. Brooke, you will be Whiskey 1-1 Charlie.
Whiskey 1-1 Charlie.
And Larko, you'll be Whiskey 1-1 Delta.
What net are we using?
So it'll be a
be
2
on-
platoon net.
No, be on 2-1 for the moment.
Roger. PRR 14-6. Let's pick the most random one possible.
It isn't that. Mr. Alex and Fisher. will
Hello,
also
this
be
is
with us.
Vanquish
They'll be
1-1, sending to
overseeing
channel
that,
2-1. Out.
and I will be working with Angus and the Jets when they're back.
Hello, this is Whiskey 1-1 Charlie, signing into
Nice.
preset 2-1. Out.
Who's that? That's Alex. That's Fisher. Right, there's a couple of Chinooks at the bottom of the control tower.
Hello,
Let's
sir,
have a
Alpha,
little
this
jog over
is
there,
Vanquish
and
1-1,
we'll go
requesting
through
radio
the
check on
boarding
channel
drills
2-1.
quickly.
Over.
Sexy.
Vanquish 1-1, Alpha radio check on over.
Let's go.
Roger, message over. Send over.
Yes. Thing that would be.
Fuck you then.
Right, Mrs. Easiest way for you. How would you want the infantry to board your helicopter? It's like that now. How would you prefer it?
Whiskey 1-1 Delta, signing to
Preferably coming
preset
from two
2-1.
sides.
Out.
So a line coming in a pointed version, like an arrow for straight point version. Is that possible?
Show us with the people you've got behind you.
Yep, sure, guys.
I think I know what she means. Charlie, line up on the north side facing chopper in a column, and Whisk Delta on the from west to east.
Can I kind of stumble bump?
What?
So, like we're in an arrow
Yep.
pointing towards the chopper. There we
But
go.
without the middle line.
Warren.
Absolutely.
Without the middle one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not in
absolutely.
there, you're 18, bud.
Ah, sorry.
Over here, Warren.
I didn't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
I've been tapped
absolutely.
out,
So to have one line that way and one line the same way, and that you can alternate approaching, so we can see very quickly who is getting on.
Okay.
Mr. Angus, as a sergeant, what do you think?
Are we talking section or platoon level?
I'm
Let's say section level now.
Section level.
Moses, have
the
you
way that we
decided
transfer
who's
it-
going in what position in the bird?
Baker
yes,
doesn't
2
matter
seconds.
right now.
They can be on my screen.
The way that we would do it, section level in the infantry, is that the pointman will come up until they're told to stop. They would stop, and then the rest of the section will herringbone behind the pointman. You all should know what a herringbone is. Just a very tight formation, following the line of the bird. If it's a platoon, what you'll get is you'll get 3 herringbones. You'll have 1 section to the left, 2 sections centre, 3 section off to the right, and then they'd go in one at a time. Usually 1, 2, 3. So you'd be receiving the Moses from right to left.
So I've never seen that, Angus.
No, usually we don't do it because it's just in the base when we do it as at a platoon level. We've never really done chinook embarking in field. If we're in field, then what would happen is that we'd be in a harbour, so a big triangle, and then we'd filter in one big long line coming in and just get bored straight away. It's very rare that we'd be in a situation where we need to be laid out like this, but if we are, it's either in herringbones or we just stand at the reinsert area and wait to be guided.
Just lift as quick as possible.
Yeah,
Just go over.
thank
Don't worry about taxing or anything. And please don't crash because you'll look really fucking retarded. Vanquish 1-1, acknowledged.
Right, so Angus, with the assets that we have here, could you kindly show us what you mean by platoon level boarding?
Platoon level, yeah. So at a mob or at a base, there'd be a reinsert area. Just line up nut to butt around that. In field, it would basically be
good
if you form an ARD around this chinook.
Yeah.
Oh, look fucking lively. Sprint.
Right. Go towards the front, go to the east.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's need this section actually happening.
He's gone.
Larkinson, can you hear me still?
Yes, sir.
I'm a sergeant, thank you. So the way that it would be done at a platoon level would be on the platoon radio comms, and each section would be called in one by one. There's a bear.
Why is there a fucking bear?
What the fuck?
There's a boot to fucking.
We'll ignore the bear. So this would be done at a platoon level with a platoon commander telling each section commander to come in at a time. Brooke, how many men have you got in total?
9.
9. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call you in by your number in the order of march.
Can the Apaches please fall down?
Oh, sorry, 8. Sorry.
8. Cool. Okay, so number
Yeah,
1.
Roger.
Number 2.
Do we board them just waiting?
Moses, you happy for him to board?
Yeah, they can board.
Yeah. 3. 4.
Okay.
Who's 4? Where's 4? 4.
Here he is, coming left
5.
side.
6.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm 9, aren't I?
6.
All right. We hadn't worked that one out before.
7.
Fuck, 7.
There's got to be one of them.
8
Last
then.
man.
Okay, so this is over.
Godfrey.
And then as last man comes on board, he would call on his PRR, last man on. Every time that you board the Chinook, you can debus now. Every time that you board the Chinook, you'll call out on your PRR 1 in, 2 in, 3 in, 4 in, 5 in, 6, 7, and then last man, 8 man in. And then that way your section commander knows, and he can go up to the platoon and go 1-1, 1-1 Charlie, all in, out.
How
That's how
quickly
we do
do you
it.
think that can be done, Angus?
Sorry?
How quickly do you think that can be done?
At a section level that knows their order of march very, very quickly. Because you don't need to wait to be told to come, you can just see. So usually it will be number 1 will be over there, and then number 8 will be over there. And you can just see it go round in a clockwork. So once the man to your right has started moving, you can wait a couple of seconds and then start running without being called.
Okay.
It can
Can we
happen
try
pretty
it?
quickly.
Do you want us to try it? Now we know our numbers.
Yeah, go
Yes,
for it.
yeah,
All
please.
right.
Can
number
all the
1.
crew
Who's number
board the
8?
helicopter apart from the crew chief?
Yep.
So number
Um,
1, you're going to be
Cullen's
off to
8.
the 11 o'clock, and last man,
Okay.
you're going to be off to the
Godfrey's
1
7.
o'clock.
Baker, can you get on the whistle?
I'm
Warren, can you
6.
get on the rear for me, please?
Who's 9? No,
We
you're
have
9.
8. No, we have 8.
There's plenty of ways to
We
board
have
it.
There's 8.
You can
Yeah.
do
Alright.
it in the clockwork fashion, or you can fucking...
8,
you can
7,
always colour it in.
6.
I'll just take 5.
Level it as well for
You
me.
just say 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Get your
I-
IARD again.
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
Okay, who's 5?
Okay, on you get and level the ramp for me.
5 is
Is it leveled? It is leveled
It is
already.
leveled, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well done.
Who's the crew chief going to be seeing them on?
That will be B.
Godfrey.
You?
Yep.
You should be next to the
Yep.
airframe counting them on then.
Right, I'm going to do this locally because I haven't got your net. Whiskey 1-1 Charlie, this is 0 call sign, board Chinook. Over.
Roger that, boarding now. 1.
Delta, listen out for boarding.
Clear the board.
3.
Yes, clear to board.
If you see the...
Fucking sprint!
7, 8.
Nice.
6 on.
Last man, make sure you tell the crew chief last man.
Wait 2 seconds and go.
Or Jinner off.
8's on.
Yep. That was a definite chin me off, yeah. Okay, that's pretty quick.
And then it's the same principle for a platoon. Instead of each, so you'd have 3 sections. You'd have 1 off to the side, 1 to the rear, and then 1 off to the other side. And you would go with the most vulnerable side. The most protected side first.
So
So
we go
you'd
for the
go with the
left.
minigun side first, then the rear, and then the right-hand side of the bird.
Okay.
And instead of the section coming in 1 by 1, you'd get the entire section in a column coming round to the rear in 1 go.
Okay.
I mean the entire platoon.
But that's at a platoon level, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
If the crew
Yeah.
would like to jump off the Chinook.
some fella disconnected in there.
Cullen, was it?
Blizzard disconnected.
Oh, Blizzard.
No,
can
he
you
was.
jump out the Chinook? 'Cause I can
Cullen's
get him
gone.
out.
Right,
We have
yeah.
lost Cullen.
Warren?
Oh.
Everybody out.
Nice. Well, anyway, I'm going to ask you all to respawn and go over to the infantry area, and then just get lined up in a nice line. Don't.
Just run through something very, very quickly with you all. We're going
That's
to run
on.
through some embarking and disembarking drills for helicopters, specifically the Chinook. I'm going to run through this very, very quickly. Brooke and your lot, you've already gone through this once already. The gentleman to my left, this line, you would not have gone through this evening. Who's got that unicorn on?
Wick, are we going to work on any nine-liners?
I don't know.
Or...
I don't know. It's not up to me what we're doing tonight. We're going to be
Roger.
at the platoon's whim.
Can we go and watch them doing this?
Yeah, let's head over there.
I assume so.
Oh, on the night of your interview, you want to be PC. Imagine.
This is what this will be. As an example, okay? Yep, so set up an ARD. Right, gents, rest of you, I'm just going to walk you through what they're doing. So they're going to set up in an ARD around the Chinook. They're going to be setting it up in order of march.
Guys,
Baker and Warren,
pull
get
up,
on board,
just get in a
please.
school circle while it's being taught so everybody can hear properly.
PRR 14.6.
Like my radio.
Yes.
Right.
So they're setting up in an ARD.
One,
They're setting it up in order of march.
number.
So number 1 is off to 11 o'clock. Then it goes round. You've got number 2, number 3, number 4, and then last man is off to the 1 o'clock. Why do you think we've set it up like this?
7. It'll be 8.
They can get back in the Chinook at that order.
Yeah, so it's so that they can come in their order of march order, but also we're leaving the vulnerable side of the Chinook undefended last. So on the left-hand side, if you follow me around here, left-hand side of the Chinook, they've got the minigun. On the rear, they've got the GPMG, and on the right-hand side, they got fuck all. So if we bring number 1 in first, last man is still on the weak side of the Chinook, as we call it, last. That makes sense? So what would happen as a section, you'll be given the order from your platoon HQ to board the Chinook. So I've forgotten your call sign. Whiskey 1-1 Charlie 1-1 board Chinook.
Roger, boarding.
So what they'll do is they'll run through in order of march. They'll go to the back, and then the crew chief, which is sitting just there, will count them on one by one. As the last man approaches the Chinook, as they board, they will call last man. They'll also do that on their PRR as well, so that the section commander knows, and then the section commander can tell the platoon HQ that they are all in.
Confirmed.
Any questions on that, gentlemen? No?
Just as an additional, it also makes it easy to make it into segments between sections. So you can, go Echo left, Charlie on the right side of the chinny.
Yeah. So this is just So this example is just for the one section. When you do it at platoon level, it'll be orchestrated by your platoon HQ, and they could say, right, one section you take the left of the bird, two section you take the right of the bird. Every platoon HQ does it ever so slightly different. But this is just at the section level that I'm teaching you guys here, or running you through. So Brooke, if you want to dismount your guys and bring them over here, Norgard, are you IC?
Yeah.
If you can get your gentleman in an ARD set up just as they done it, number 1 to the 11 o'clock, last man to the 1 o'clock.
Yep. Guys, referencing order of march, Charlie, you've got the left side. And remember, guys, when we say left and right of bird, it's always based on the orientation of the bird, not how you look when you exit. So get your further up. Not in front of the thing. Just push out like 5 meters. There we go.
To your left.
We are a shit ton of people, Angus. But
how many have you got?
11.
Up to your left.
We're on what, 12 now. So.
You and me.
Okay. Right, gents. One thing to bear in mind when you're setting up this ARD. Remember, you're not going to set it up like this in field with the Chinook here with no rotors spinning. So you've got to leave at least 100-meter pad for this Chinook to land in. So spread it out. You've got to be at least double the distance of the rotors from the Chinook.
Say again.
What's your arc?
what's my arc? I'm currently to the southwest.
You're on the 5, so that's
Yeah.
towards the Apache over
Let me
there.
just look.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Good. I'm set.
Cool. Imagine I'm Platoon HQ telling you to board that Chinook now.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see it?
Right, guys, board up.
Oh, it's coming up now.
Left side, let's go.
Yeah, hold on.
They're
doing it
boarding
now.
again
Give me
now,
a
Wick.
second.
Darling, let's go.
Roger, thank you.
You might want to do a test with it spooled up as well, so they can tell the difference with the noise.
Remember to keep an eye
Yeah,
on
I'll leave that for you to ask Angus if he wants that.
Your cue to get your fucking ass moving.
A bit later this evening.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Call your number when you get into the bird.
So one is.
Keep an eye on the man to your right. Once he starts moving, 1, 2 seconds, then it's your turn to go.
Yeah,
we're short. I think he's
Yeah,
done.
you. McClure, go.
What number are you?
I'm number 2.
Thank you, McClure.
5 months ago, mate.
Going in.
Number?
Roger.
Yeah.
Face off. Mags out.
8, 9.
Thank you.
I was supposed to be 9, but yep.
Yeah, we are a
Bless
lot
him.
of people and
It's
if
okay,
I
it's more getting used to saying the
we have
number.
to split into 2 sections.
Boss man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so very few people repeated the number, Angus.
Okay. Dismount, gents.
Angus,
Do you want the Zoe, do you want the numbers
I do,
repeated?
because it's really
You do.
useful, but also
Okay.
it might be good to try this with it spooled up. Because of the noise difference.
Oh dear, okay.
When
Alright,
you're ready.
gents. Norgard, if you want to dismount. You guys. Can you hear me?
Let them debus, please.
Debus.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh no, actually no. Cullen and Barrett swap back.
Yeah, tell him to debus.
Get into the fucking ARD again, lads. Get into the ARD.
I'm not changing.
I'm gonna go get.
Don't fiddle about too much with the fucking. If somebody is already sitting in space, don't fiddle about. Just get down in a good spot. Don't let the Olaf match get too much in the way.
What's your PRR, Norgard?
Black 3, channel 3.
3-3, Roger.
I am.
So, Dowling, are you number 1?
Larkinson.
Are you number 1 and I'll be number 2?
Right, gents, I'm just hijacking your PRR so you can all hear me a bit better. Right, so when we come in, as you're coming in, so number 1, you'll run up to the back of the Chinook, you'll get eyes on with the crew chief, and you'll call number 1 and then get in. Same for number 2. You call your numbers just before you enter the Chinook so that they can keep track of how many people they've come on. So knowing your number in the order of march is very, very important. In a minute, we're going to try it with the Chinook spooled up so that you can see how much more difficult it is with the sound of the Chinook and also the dust that it kicks up. Has anybody got any questions for me before we do this when we can't hear much or see much?
Yeah, Roger McClure. Maybe I missed it, but are we peeling? So
Cool. Chinook's going to start spooling up. Norgard, if you want to take a couple of minutes just to make sure that everybody's confident and happy with their numbers and the procedure, then I'll give you a nod.
Roger.
Here she goes. I'm on 2-1 if you need me, Angus.
I can't hear you.
I'm on 2-1 if you need to get through to me.
Roger.
I will be.
So what if we've got men
Over, over.
we change the order of march?
Roger, 1-2, brother, way out.
Because that would confuse the fight.
It's a good point.
So Wick, they're going to give it a go doing exactly the same again, but this time with all the noise.
Roger, sounds good.
Moses, I'm having issues with visibility on the whiz-up gun.
To be expected with the dust. Try not to shoot any of them, that would be great.
Tricky 1-1.
Yeah, I'm just worried about providing support for the infantry as they're coming in.
Will do.
Hello Tower, this is Vanquish 1-1, message over.
Tower over.
Are you wanting the Apache spooled up for this as well? Over.
Wick, let me know when we're at sufficient that we're at max noise.
Roger, Vanquish will win.
Yeah, it won't be long off. 30 seconds max. Fully spilled now.
Roger. Tricky 1-1 is ready for boarding.
Tower acknowledged now.
Here they come.
Roger.
Warren, you should be able to hear them shout their numbers that come in.
1 boarding.
Rog.
2.
Rog.
Yeah, I can.
Excellent.
So, meant to be 5.
Should be 3.
Number 6.
So we missed 3 and 4. Okay.
7.
Rog.
One of the guys in here yet.
We missed 3 and 4.
11.
0 is Mr. 1 Charlie, Mr. Over. 1-1 Charlie, Alpha, send over.
Okay, this is
P-Bars
interesting.
have signed 0 and no contact with any forces.
We're not 8, sorry, 8.
Yeah, he's having problems.
9
now.
going in.
Yeah.
10 loading in.
Rog.
12 in.
Rog.
13 last man.
Rog.
That's all.
Rog. You can spoil her down now, thank you.
Roger.
And you can let them do us.
On the bus, off the bus.
On the bus, off the bus.
How was that for you, Zoe?
Okay, so they
Angus.
got on well, but they completely ignored the sequence.
No. It's because.
What
so
happened?
first off, number 2, which is me as IC.
Yep.
Because I'm. Because I'm keeping an eye on them. You know, number 2 gets skipped.
That's fine,
And then also,
no problem.
one
We
of the
skipped
other
3 and
guys.
4, went
Yeah.
6, 7, 11, 8, 9.
Yeah. That's why it doesn't really work in practice if it's the order of march number.
Right.
Because people are not in the field. Like we can get in pretty 1, 2, 3, 4 here, but in the field there's no way that it's going to be by order of march every time.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I think we need to figure something
Psycho
out.
3 signing
Or
into
either
preset channel
you just
2-1
count,
out.
in your head or something.
Mhm.
I think that's easier. Because if, like for the loadmaster, if you have, if they tell your number and you have to count on a separate track, yikes! I won't envy you.
No, it's fine. I think in that case, if that's going to be the case, then let's not have them say their numbers are coming, because they say it's going to be disorientating having a different sequence.
Yeah.
But then what we do know is when you first approach, you need to tell me how many.
Yeah.
And then I can happily count them in. That's no problem.
That's definitely doable.
That's
so
easier.
because we'll always, so IC into SE will always know the purse rep,
Yeah.
and we can. I'll generally not be in the ARD. I'll be sitting
Yeah.
in the middle, keeping
Like
an eye on
normally are,
who's
yeah.
up, and I can come up and say, all right, we've got X, people loading on from me.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Because
I'm happy with that.
in practice it's it's not always going to be beautiful and shit.
No, but when you come in sequence, it's actually pretty quick to board, and I find it's quicker than them doing the straight line, because the straight line, they quite often try and get on together at the same time, and that's when you run into problems when getting on.
And then Arma,
Yeah, Arma isn't. Not one problem
sequence
had a
is
problem
definitely
getting on
good.
tonight at all.
The sequence is definitely good, yeah, but
Agree.
the numbers will conflict. I
Get
think.
the numbers.
Oh,
Whoever's
okay.
boarding, give me the total, and I'll count you one.
Good shit.
That works for
Cool.
me.
Alright, grand.
Yeah, I realized that because I'm number 2 and already there. You
Yeah,
know,
it makes
there's
sense.
a problem.
With that ring around, it's very, very useful. But what I think you were probably going to say, Baker, is the fact that it gives limited opportunities for the whiz-up, right? Because when they're first in
That's correct,
position,
yep.
you've got 1 or 2 that are probably very, very close to your range of fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, or in line of sight. Whatever my firing arc is, I can see 1 through 4 or 1 through 3.
Okay.
Just a quick comment on that one. They're always going to go to the left-hand side, to the front of the chinook.
I'm going to be saying numbers, or I'm going to get a number
So
of packs
the best
for that.
option for the whiz-op is just point the minigun to the front of the chinook and cover that.
Yep. Also, when we have infantry there, they're going to be covering the bird.
Yeah.
I understand we have a lot of firepower with that weapon, but it is incredibly inaccurate.
And we tend not to use it on the ground.
Exactly.
So it's a good point to cover, Baker. Absolutely, I was thinking the same, but that's the reason I'm thinking it's okay, because we very rarely tend to use it on the ground. Obviously, if they're in that shape when we're coming into land in the HLS, there'll be a point at which we go, we no longer use the minigun. We'll have to come off hot because you don't want to risk, you know, wiping them out.
Yep, roger.
Wick, you're going to have an escort of Vanquish.
Yeah, roger. I'm going to lift once they've all boarded. I'll brief you when that is. I'm going to egress to the southeast, go into a left-hand turn north, and then head west.
Roger. You're going to have an escort of Vanquish. I believe it's going to be Vanquish 1-1 and Vanquish 1-2. You have packs.
Pretty much going to do a loop round to the left away from the airfield.
Roger.
And where are we taking them to, please?
HLS marker 1.
Which is?
Grids are 075 177.
Thank you very much. I've been having problems with my game. I didn't want to risk open seat tab.
Yeah, no, I opened T-tab and it's fine.
Yeah.
Packs look like they're boarding now.
Yep. Warren's outside to receive. Because clearly whoever's on the rear ramp will actually do that, because otherwise you've got to run round to the crew chief to get back on again, which takes time.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. They're loadmaster for a reason.
2 packs on so far.
Okay, I've just switched off the PAX radio.
Yeah, are you on the packs?
I'll
does it
switch
put you on
in
pack?
a minute, don't worry.
I'm on PAX and crew.
6 packs.
Okay. I was going to say, does it put you on packs crew packs automatically?
It does, but then if you tab out, you can only be on one, not on both.
Oh. Oh no.
That's why you have to switch between them.
This is so confusing.
7 packs. 8.
Keep getting them in.
Get in my belly!
How many we got?
Last man.
No, that's it.
Last of Charlie.
I've got pack front right side.
12 packs.
You have one section, get on it now. Here comes the second one.
I was like 10 packs last man. I was like, oh, he's going to be on next. And then it's like 11. Like, huh?
Oh wait, we have more UO3 I see. Fuck off, darling.
Roger, I haven't got 152 though, so that'll be fun.
I think when you call...
You won't get off that easy.
17.
Yeah, trunk for you.
18. 19.
I think when you've got more than one section getting in, if the last man of the section calls a section number as well, it might make it less confusing, because the aircrew will hear last man and think that's
Some good numbers.
I'm
putting one in the trunk for you.
It's quite... It's quite...
A lovely 20 FPS too.
I know, it's nice having decent FPS. I got 9.
Crew, but I haven't got last man yet.
Dodge.
Reference sort of match, less. Top left.
All packs on board. Clear from rear.
Roger.
Clear from left.
Right, Vanquish, I'm going to be lifting.
Vortex 1-1 lifting from
Tricky 1-1 lifting now.
When we've lifted, I will brief the PAX.
Roger,
Sounds good.
Tricky 1-1 lifting to pattern southeast.
Thank you. My section reference map forward of March.
Okay, briefing now. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome aboard Tricky 1-1. We are taking you to your first rest of the evening, which is a grid reference of 075177. When we come into land, you'll be given the 30-second warning when we will call for quiet. This is very important if we're coming into a hot HLS. When you have landed and it's safe to do so, you'll be given the instruction to debus, debus, debus.
Roger. HLS is going to be 7.1.
I can only see 3
off your nose.
Fucking order of march.
I was hearing myself.
Bearing 260, speed 250, altitude 80.
No, I got section 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to take the same size we just did?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rog. My section dismounting.
He's playing with my ramp.
Warren,
Oh.
get the ramp back down.
I never played with it.
So that was me. So on my joystick, I've got a button that zooms me out on the C-tab, and apparently when I press that button, it also lowers the ramp.
Well done.
I don't know how, because I haven't configured it to do that, but it does it. I won't be pressing that button anytime soon.
Be ready to count us down when we come in, Warren.
Yep, already.
Be 3.2 off your roadside.
Seen. I'm gonna start my right turn into the HLS.
Roger.
Starting turn now. 2 kilometers. I'm gonna be start decelerating coming into the HLS now.
One time's open field. Last obstacle will be trees.
30 seconds, everybody.
That's it.
You're going to have a rock left side, a small front wall to your nose wick.
Notice I'm not saying 30 seconds, Moses.
But you are talking in
You
30 seconds.
are
Quiet period.
nose is coming over last obstacle now.
Yep, cleared. Last obstacle 7, 6, 5,
Contact
4,
left side.
Left
3,
side.
Contact.
2, 1, 0. Rear wheels on deck.
Safe on deck, get him up.
Debus, 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 debus. Say it, off you go.
Can't get out. Still 1 pack's on.
All packs are off.
All packs off, clear from rear.
Gonna be a bearing at 270.
Tricky 101's gonna be lifting, departing to the southeast. Going for a right over the shoulder.
Roger.
Where have we got contact from?
Not our issue now.
Got it.
The main worry for small arms is hitting one of us.
Yeah.
Are you all Gucci back there?
Everyone conscious?
Yep.
Excellent.
Wick, you good?
I think that fire was coming in
yes.
from the front.
Great.
Oh.
Because I was just watching the skips off the ground, and the ground it's coming past me and going towards the rear on the left-hand side.
Rog. How was their approach, Warren?
What do you mean by that? Going in.
Yeah, when they were boarding.
I have a few points, but I'll bring them up when we get down. There's a few things they could work on, I think, personally.
Well, it's brand new for them, so.
Yeah, but like,
practicing it a lot, I think.
yeah, I never got. All I was told was 10 packs from one of the section, what they're called, ICs. Never told any of the other 8 packs, I believe.
So you're only
And then
talking about one section.
Yeah.
So
And then,
that section IC would have briefed you about his section.
We would have done. We should have
Whereas
done
the next,
2 sections.
yeah, the next one should have then told you.
Yep, but I wasn't.
0 Alpha Bank 1-1 message over.
And we also
And then-
were told 2 sections.
Yeah, and then I was never told last man. Also, so Fish had to come up and say, all good.
Okay.
Tricky 1-1.
Vanquish 1-2 will stay in the IO. Over.
Yeah, Tricky 1-1's going to be coming in final runway 22 right.
Tricky 1-1 finals for 22 right.
How was their boarding speed? Did you think they were approaching quick enough, Warren?
Yeah, it's quite quick. They could obviously improve, but that'll
Roger,
go.
I'll bring us back down towards the ATC.
Nice.
There's a bit of a gap, but I'm sure they could get that. I can't speak. I'm sure that'll get covered.
Yeah, it's practice. That's what
Yeah, definitely.
They'll probably get a lot quicker than what they do it anyway.
Yeah. Next time I think they'll be quite rapid.
And runway to the right is going to be off your nose.
But I think them boarding that way makes a lot more sense.
Definitely, yeah.
Speed 160, height 50.
$25. 20. 15. 10. 9. 8 meters. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0. Rowers on deck. And we can actually taxi here.
Yep, it's a fucking dream.
Trust me, you're like, if the runway...
Tricky 1-1 taxiing off active.
Tricky 1-1 taxiing off active. If the runway that I've got set up for next deployment gets approved, you'll quite like it.
Oh.
Ooh.
We said. That's alright.
What was that?
Just runway being shipped.
No, it's just the lights. There's 2 sets of lights just as you come off the runway.
Yeah, it's those, I think.
Yeah.
Patchy's doing really nice flying.
It's Shepard, he's a good pilot.
Shepard and Woods, I believe, a pilot. In today, I think it's Blockton and Genchev on comms.
Oh, I didn't like that, do
No.
I noticed when playing around on Server 2 the other night that for some reason it does not like this tarmac.
No. I'm going to turn off into the here just so we've got some space. Oh, no we're not. We're just going to do a bit of this.
Lift the front wheels up.
Yep. That'll do us there.
Tricky 1-1
spinning down.
Falling down.
Right.
Where are we going? Normally we've got a seating area.
Yeah, true.
Moses, what do you want to do?
Well, I wasn't listening to 2-1. Did they say they were going to use
That's
this?
fine. No, they're saying, well, we're going to have some time tonight.
Okay.
So we can do what we want, but then they'll also call us in when they need us. So.
Okay. I think it would be good practicing getting the loading and unloading swifter. So if we can spawn some AI and make them unconscious, that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Yeah, we should be able to toggle unconscious. Yeah, that'll be fine.
It's more about getting them to the rear position quickly and getting them loaded on quickly.
Yeah.
Unloading too would be a help because
Agree.
I'm always confused if they're unloading to the left or the right of the bird.
It
just depends.
Randomly, it
It's
doesn't
random, yeah.
specify.
Can we
You just have to
put
check.
down a temp med tent?
You
Or
can
just
get a
mark
med
a
tent over there,
location?
med tent over there.
ATC, there's one already pre-placed.
Yep, that's fine. Just so that we can practice
Yeah,
taking
right,
them
I'll
in and
get
out
that.
and positioning within the building as well, because I think that's something we need to work on. Particularly when we've been having mass casers.
Yeah.
Message over.
And it would be helpful to have like
Yeah, I've noticed that
signage.
Yeah, I've asked for it,
not
but we
last
can't have
weekend,
it,
but the
so we'll
weekend before
practice
that, Moses, just on the triage when we're trying to when bringing casualties in, it just seems to be all bunched up right at the front of the door. I don't know if that's
No, that's
if
not how it
it's-
should be done. That's what I want to run through.
Yep.
So we'll go through the default sequence that should be done. And also triaging when we're on the bird as well. About how to make best use of the people that are on there. Okay, so loading, unloading, triage in and triage on. That should keep us going for a little bit.
Oh, look at Private James Smith and Private John Melvin. I don't know why you guys have left here. This is boring for you.
Yep, I know.
I mean, we could shoot them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use them as test.
There he goes. That's a fucking... Is that another bear?
Why is there a bear flying around?
There's
Yeah,
a bear.
Why is that there?
Anyway, we have some unconscious. Why are we standing around? What's going on?
True.
Oh, it's only 2. I'd like more, please. 6.
There's one over here as well.
Flockton, are you busy?
I'm just eating some sausage pasta bake. What's up?
I was wondering if you could play the part of TMW for me.
They've got
They're
no
not broken enough
in
for
the
my
evac
liking.
chain.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they've got nothing wrong with them.
They do now.
I mean, that can be arranged.
He's bleeding. Help him.
Okay.
but I mean,
Let's go.
I don't remember much, Zoe, but yeah, I'll try.
No, more just in case of what we're doing is we're practicing loading and unloading. So
Okay.
in terms of getting them to the back of the chinook and getting them in a nice sequence.
Okay.
So if you can just pick one up.
No shots were hit.
Yeah, they were.
Right,
Oh, yeah,
so we're practicing the loading. We're not doing triage at this point in time. We're literally practicing get them on the bird as quick as possible. So they've been dropped up in front of, say, TMW's come here.
Me, to be honest.
But this guy's dead.
He's dead. All right, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Baker, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're both dead.
Trying to pick him up.
If he's dead, you won't let him pick him up.
They're both dead.
They're both dead. Quick, new bodies, please. Preferably ones that aren't dead. Roxton, you do med courses. You can harm them enough so that they don't die.
Wait, what?
I need these people to be
2 minutes, I
unconscious.
can't hear you because Woods has been a fucking idiot. Yep.
Okay. I need these people that Wick is putting down to be unconscious and not dead. Would you mind shooting them appropriately?
He's
there we go.
unconscious.
I can carry someone.
Wonderful.
Except the
No, they keep coming.
animation
There's
is
more
bugged.
of them. Wait, we need to load them up.
What the?
You're not able to pick them up?
No, I picked it up and then it just suddenly dropped.
Okay.
Oh, now I can't pick it up.
Because he's dead.
He's dead.
Dead.
So
He's
he's
dead.
died when I picked him up.
Why are they dying so easily?
Right.
Because the toggle unconscious or killing AI doesn't quite work on.
Stand them up.
Friendly.
Right, can I carry without dying?
Oh!
Anybody else just see that, or was that just
Yeah. There we go. Wonderful. Perfect. Get it here and get them loaded on.
There we go, one loaded.
Okay, another loaded. So immediately you'd run back to get the next one.
Yeah, if there were.
If there were.
Next ones.
I feel like at this point just use me as a bloody test dummy.
We can.
Go for it, you might as well.
I mean, in all fairness, I'm stood here doing nothing but eating fucking sausage pasta bake.
Yeah, the other
You might as
patch
well
is coming
just
back,
use
so I think you're going to go do some training soon. Which will be
People
alright.
stood round as
Okay,
test
but
dummies.
we cannot. There's no. We don't get the option to unload these passengers.
Yeah, you do. I've just done it right now. I don't.
You do. You
Yeah,
just
right
have to
here.
get real close up to the ass.
Yeah.
Blizzard just went, ah.
Are you shooting Blizzard?
Yes, he said he could be a test dummy.
You're missing.
I know.
Baker,
There we go.
you don't unload them at the back. You unload them from the side.
Yeah, so let's get those people all back on again, please.
I put one back on. I think
Picked up and back on.
There we go. Then the other.
If only just picking up animation was so
Wait, at
much
least, mate.
faster. They did.
Okay, right, let's all get on board and treat them, please. Okay, the easiest way to treat them is one person start from the top, one person start from the bottom of the list.
Yep, I'm on Blizzard.
Okay, Baker, is he coming? No, right. So you're on Blizzard.
Oh.
So I will start with Johnson.
Vanquish 1, 2,
Johnson's
tower.
absolutely fine. There's no injuries being seen.
Blizzard's got Blizzard's injured.
So
Yep, I'm sorting out Blizzard.
So Baker, the
Roger.
instruction I gave was for Warren to start at the bottom of the list, you to start at the top of the list and work your way down to meet each other.
Oh, okay. Blizzard's number 1 on my list.
Oh, interesting. So he's top alphabetically.
He shouldn't
for you.
be.
Ah, that's interesting.
I don't have a defib on me, so that helps.
Okay.
I must just start CPR. Oh, you forgot. Okay,
I'll defib for you.
got it.
Yep, defibbing now. That's interesting. So Blizzard's at the top of your list.
Yep.
Baker.
Yes, he is.
Who's next down on your list?
Oh no, they are all man down shit pants.
Mark Williams.
His sequence
Okay, and why are we leaving Mark Williams at the moment?
No blood pressure, no pulse yet. A defib's
check
been
Mark.
unsuccessful. Are you going to defib again, Moses, or shall I start CPR?
No, I'll defib.
Got it.
Marking Williams.
Sorry,
Okay, go ahead.
My sequence changed.
Packing Williams.
Okay, defibbing him again.
Using surgical kit on Williams.
Monitor his heart.
Ah,
How's his heart and pulse?
heart rate is strong. I don't know why. Oh no, I've only got strong. I haven't got exact numbers.
Mark Williams has gone T4 because nobody knew that he actually had no pulse.
High blood pressure on Blizzard. I've only got high. I've got not got any numbers, which is helpful.
Okay.
So
Using defib on Williams.
Williams is already T4.
Yeah.
what do I need to have the exact numbers on heart rate and stuff? Because I get it in server 1.
He's got it at 130. Where did you click on him to take the heart rate?
Arm.
Yeah, I've got it as well. It came up absolutely fine. So
Okay,
his
then.
heart rate is fine. His blood pressure is fine. So what
Yeah.
did you do next with Blizzard, Warren?
It doesn't need saline, doesn't need any drugs, so it's going to be stitching.
Yep. Doesn't need
If
stitching.
No, because someone's stitched him already.
Indeed.
So now it's just going to be keep monitoring.
Exactly. So what happened and what was the reason why we lost a patient?
Because we didn't get
Triage.
We didn't triage,
Yeah.
yeah? On purpose. So the key thing you need to look for is when you start at the top of the list, you start at the bottom of the list, you call out the name of the person you're dealing with, you check that they're breathing. You check that they're breathing and they've not got the words lost a fatal amount of blood, and you've got multiple passengers on it, you call that out, you move straight to the next one, and we do a quick check through everybody. See who doesn't have a pulse so that they get the prioritization. If everybody has a pulse, then you can go back to the beginning or the other crew member back to the bottom and start doing the packing and so forth.
Warren,
Yeah.
what role did you select when you connect to the server?
Through me on Tricky.
Okay, that's odd, because you're not...
So it is odd because I'm only getting strong and because
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
unless I reload, I don't know, it's weird, but
Because it's also going to restrict you from using advanced medical stuff, so you're not going to be able to stitch. I don't think you'll be able to pack either.
Yeah. Do you want him to read
Great.
safe? Oh no, I didn't want to do that.
should I try and relog and see if it?
Try, instead of fully relogging, try aborting, going back into the selection.
Yeah.
Selection screen. You can switch to Vortex or something.
Yeah, I'll
Or
try that.
Tricky. Switch to the other one and come back. And we'll just get you to join our group
do that.
again.
Welcome back, Blizzard.
Hello.
Hello, Blizzard.
Hello, Blizzard.
No need to save the database on this server. Just spawn at air and we'll get you back over.
Okay, Liz, do you want to Liz, do you want to switch back into a crew role?
Yeah, I didn't realise it was in the back.
Wait for Liz to get back on. And then we'll run through that again, then we'll run through it back again. The steps when Warren rejoins as well.
Yarp, very good.
Heads up, gents, you're going to have QRA 4 times jets taxi into runway, and then they will be taken off.
Okay.
Yarp.
Right. Mr. Baker.
Moses, do you have the option when you hover over a name? You can go to medical and medical news. I think it is.
Medical menu.
Medical menu. Yep, you get that when you hover.
Medical and medical menu. If you go to medical, you'll be able to quickly see what's going on with them.
You can, but it doesn't always work. And if you've got a close proximity of people, it can get itself a bit confused. So if you're in a one-on-one situation, it's perfect to do that. It's very quick because you can literally look at them and press H, and you'll be straight into the medical menu as well. So that's nice and quick to do. But the second you have more than one person around you, it seems to get very confused by it.
Yeah. Okay. And also the order of march too. Like I said, I mean, for me, that guy was first for me, whereas you were seeing him as the middle of the list.
I was seeing him at bottom of the list.
So what does your list say at the moment? As you start from left to right and go around in a circle.
I see Williams and Alexander, Moses. Hold on.
Now that's interesting because I don't have mine in the circle. I have mine in a straight line.
Yeah.
This could be the difference.
I have mine in a circle.
So if you hover over passengers, you should see Blizzard, Baker, Moses, Johnson, Williams. From left to right, moving anti-clockwise.
That's the order they are in my list, yes.
Yes.
Wick, Blizzard.
Moses, Johnson, Williams, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I would recommend that you switch your acre, the expansion one out, switch it to be in the straight line versus the circular.
Okay, which acre is that?
Most of us tend to use that, and it's actually easier to maneuver within your mouse. You're going to ask me which one it is, aren't you?
So we want to go into escape control, configure add-on options, and then we want to go to ACE and interaction menu.
What?
Where is it now?
Yep, we heard you.
Almost found it. No, I've lost it.
That would explain the difference.
It is somewhere.
ACE interaction menu.
There's like a drop-down menu, and can you just select?
Display interaction menu as lists. It's in
There's
interaction
that
menu under this in the second section.
Exactly, it's the third option under interaction menu.
Okay, so if you set that, and now look at the passengers.
Right, I'm back.
Still round. Oh, still round, but the self actions is listed.
Okay, so go back in there.
Then, if you don't use.
You can so go back into that same menu, and you need to make sure you selected interaction menu, not interaction menu self.
Ah, yes.
You can have both of them as lists, or you can have them different.
Right, I have numbers now.
You have numbers, very good.
Yeah.
That's odd. Sometimes it is just a little relog.
I just switched, so yeah, weird.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
So what we were doing is we were just trying to figure out why Baker's names are in a different order, and it was because when he has his ACE interact menu, he has it in the circular mode, and we have it in list mode.
I have it in circular as well, but I was getting the same order as you.
Oh, okay, it is in. Okay, now I got it in list mode.
Yep. So,
yeah, I have it circular, but.
So I find in list mode, it's an awful lot easier to maneuver between.
For sure, if you have too many people, it gets very chaotic in the circular.
It does indeed, and when we've been getting a lot of people boarding, having it in that list, you can quickly scan down much quicker, much quicker.
Yeah, for sure. Whereas it doesn't matter for me really.
No, you don't care. All right.
No,
So
I don't matter.
let's go through the triage on the bird again. Okay. We have loaded people onto the chinook. We are everybody up. We are cleared. We are off in the air. What is the first thing that you do?
Triage.
ABCs.
And how do you do the triage? You've
Going for everyone.
You've got a 4-man crew.
Right, 4-man crew. So you get one to do the top to bottom, the other do the bottom to the top.
Correct. What do you need?
And who determines who does what? Who determines who does what?
Crew chief.
Thank you.
Absolutely. When you check the passenger, what are you checking for?
Blood pressure and heart rate.
And why is that important?
Because that's vitals, pretty much.
And what might that indicate?
Whether someone's unconscious or not.
And whether they've also
Not
got
unconscious, but
step further.
Oh, cardiac arrest. There we go.
Exactly.
Perfect. And why is it important that we identify people in cardiac arrest quickly?
Because they need the most attention.
And do you know how long you have, typically, for a patient to be in cardiac arrest before they will T4?
In game, exactly, I swear it's like 5 minutes?
It's between 4 and 5 minutes, roughly.
Yep.
To be able to do that. So obviously, if they've been in cardiac arrest, they've been brought to the HLS, they've been loaded on, you're pretty sure that 4 to 5 minutes is going to be almost up by the time they get on the Chinook.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also, if they've lost their heart rate when they get on the Chinook, and we've got a long flight ahead of us, then they're going to go T4 during that flight.
Yeah, and nobody likes that.
And that counter doesn't reset if they regain their heart rate. So if they regain a heart rate and then lose it again, they go back into cardiac arrest. It doesn't restart the timer, it continues on.
Correct. What is the most effective way if someone's in, what do you need to do if someone is in cardiac arrest? What should you be looking at?
Heart rate, blood pressure. Oh, go on, Baker.
Airways first. You always look at airways first to see if it's occluded or whatever. Next, bleeding.
Do we have Cat Medical in server right now? Is airways a thing in game?
I don't know.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
Okay,
So the
I'm
next
just
thing
doing
you said-
standard.
That's okay, Becca. Absolutely fine. No problem at all.
Yep.
What was the second thing you said?
Bleeding.
Right. And why is it important to address bleeding if they're in cardiac arrest?
If they're bleeding like a sieve, doesn't matter if you get their heart rate going or anything like that, they're just going to bleed out.
Exactly. As soon as you get their heart rate going, if they're still bleeding, that blood's going to come out quicker. Okay. So if they are bleeding and they are in cardiac arrest, do you bandage them first or do you defib them first?
Bandage.
Absolutely. Do you worry about stitching them at that time?
No.
And why is that?
Because if they're bandaged already, you should be able to get them going. Sewing up all their wounds and everything like that could take more time and could actually kill them.
Absolutely. So the idea is, and this is the work we've been doing with TMW, is ideally when we get someone on board, they're bandaged. Okay, they can not have a heart rate, that's not a problem, but if they're not bleeding, that's a fantastic thing because then we can start working on them. So you've bandaged them, you've stopped the bleeding. It could take 15 bandages, who knows? If you've got someone who is bleeding profusely and it has the words, lost a fatal amount of blood, do you think you can still save them?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. But it will take more time. And typically you'll require a couple of pairs of hands because they're probably going to get through 15 to 20 bandages. And that just takes time to do. So if you're hitting someone and they're in cardiac arrest and they've got that lost fatal amount of blood and mass bleeding, you should shout out so while someone else is doing the check in case they can then jump on and assist you, depending on how many people are on board. Okay? So you've bandaged them, you've stopped the bleeding. What do you do next?
Bandage them and stop bleeding.
Yep.
You want to check pulse, heart rate, and then pulse, heart rate, same thing. Pulse and blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you need to do CPR, you can do it. If you need defib, you can do it. If you need to put in saline, you can do it.
So what should be the next step that you do? What should be your priority?
Stabling the casualty.
And what would say
circulation, ABC, circulation.
So if they have no heart rate, no pulse, you stop the bleeding, what should be your next task?
CPR.
Or?
Yeah.
Defib.
I was going to say epinephrine and defib.
Yeah, you can do both, absolutely. You do not automatically give an epi on the first round of defib. Epi is reserved for when you've had to do a couple of defibs and they're not getting a heart rate back. Quite often, a single defib will be enough to get a pulse rate back. Can you use the defib when you're on the chinook?
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you're on the ground and you use a defib, what should you do?
Clear.
Yes, because it's
stand clear.
Give you a little bit of a buzz. Right, you've used the defib and you get an initial reading of a heart rate of 40. What does that mean?
Stabilized patient, but ignore that because that's like, how do I explain it? It's just how it happens every single time you do defib.
So therefore, if you've done that at 40, do you go, he's got a heart rate back?
No, you check pulse again.
Correct, because it could then go back down to no heart rate, or it could go up to 110, 120, depending on the situation. You've got no heart rate. You've defibbed. You've got no heart rate. What should you do next?
You can defib again, or you can use epi, but defib again is preferred, I'd say.
So typically we go for 2 rounds of defib. If after the second round of defib there's nothing, stick them with an epi. How long does an epi last in the system?
15 minutes?
3 to 4.
Oh, it's 3 to 4.
Yeah, epi's the very, very quick one. It same as adenosine, that lasts for, it goes quickly as well. Morphine is the 15-minute one.
Okay, yeah.
So if you've given them 1 epi, should you give them another epi straight away?
Definitely not.
Exactly. It won't help. It won't do any damage either, but it won't help. So you've given them an epi, what do you then do?
Continue to check vitals.
Defib again.
Defib again, and then hopefully you get the pulse rate back. So your patient at this point has a heart rate and is hopefully no longer bleeding. He is therefore in a much more stable position. So if we have multiple T1s or multiple people with no heart rate, you could then move on to the next person. If we have no one that is in that position, what could you then do with the person who's just got their heart rate back?
You can stitch.
Yeah.
Or if you believe there's saline needed, you can put in saline. Or about circulation. And we're off.
Roger, tricky, scramble, standing by for 3 learner, over.
Is that on 2-1?
Yep, that's 2-1.
I didn't hear anything on 2-1.
There's nobody good, is there?
Because I've managed to hit the shortcut key.
Tricky 1-1 spooling up.
Tricky 1-1 spooling.
Charlie.
And I switched it to 21. I need to change those shortcuts.
Break.
HLF Charlie.
Base at 2-1. Break. Line 3. 2 times tier 2 and 1 times tier 1. Over.
Did you catch line 1?
Negative. Just I'll say again, line 1.
Could you say line 1 again, please? Over.
Line 1, HLS Charlie, grid 073180. Over.
073. Roger, HLF Charlie, grid 073013. Over.
Correction, HLS Charlie in 073180. Over.
073180.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, but that's where we're going.
Roger, tricky 1-1 out.
Oh, this is so
There's a new HLS marker.
have tally on.
Moses, they said 2 times tier 2, 1 times tier 1.
Right. Advise on actions on now, over.
You taxi in or straight departure? You taxi in or straight departure north?
Straight departure.
Roger.
Zulu 16.
Vanquish, I'm going to be lifting, departing north, and then turning left. We're going into HLS Charlie, grid 073180.
Once I have visual confirmation of a rotary aircraft departing the airfield.
Tricky 1-1 lifting now.
Yep, clear from the rear.
Roger, understood.
Tricky 1-1 departing direct north. Out.
Vanquish 110, Charlie West Java.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesus fucking Christ. Reference last tasking you are to escort them into the HLS.
Are we okay to talk, Wick?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, all good now.
1-1 out.
So we have
6.2 off your nose.
a T1 and 2 times T2 coming in.
Lovely.
What is the priority, Warren, for getting on board the bird?
Get them near the Chinook and get them loaded as soon as possible.
If you load the T1 first, what can possibly happen?
The loading bag.
Exactly. So, if possible, get the T2s on first.
Yeah.
If they are there, and then load the T1.
Yeah, we'll see who's I'll hop out, see if they're getting carried or they need help carrying, and then try and get people to load in an order. Obviously, trying to keep time to low as possible.
Absolutely.
I'm going to approach from the south and turn. I put an HLS3 in as well. Okay. Roger, we're going to approach from the south. We're going to be following a main route in. Yeah, nothing to worry about really. I don't see there being many obstacles. It looks fairly flat around the area. We're about 2 kilometers out now. Going to be starting my right hand turn in now. Vanquish, I'm starting my right hand turn, heading north. Going to start decelerating in about 800 meters.
Okay, so typically when we land, we do not leave the Chinook. Okay, unless we're instructed to go and fetch them. You would stay by the rear, make sure they get brought on and get loaded.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
You can continue.
Purple smoke, right side.
I got white smoke, not purple, yeah.
Yeah, it's purple for me.
Yeah.
Last obstacle is going to be tree. Going to be field to your right. 1 times a Mastiff approaching.
20 meters.
Last obstacle, small wall.
Small burst
10,
and
9, 8, 7, over the wall and bush now.
Left side
1,
clear.
0. Rear,
safe on deck, get them, they're coming front left side.
Deck. I'm going to hop off and stay near rear.
It'll be front right side. That'd be the right side, Wick.
Yeah, I never get my... I've never got my left and right wrong until just now.
I was a bit worried when the Mastiff started rolling. Am I meant to tell tower we're lifting or what?
I don't think we really have a tower, I don't know.
Well, Angus is on T1 as tower, talking to the jets.
Well, if he's just talking to the jets, I don't know. I don't think there's anything.
I don't know.
We don't normally have it, it's not normal practice.
I know, which is why I'm hella confused.
Why do they have a tier 2 walking away?
I don't know. Walk this way. Walk this way.
Listen.
Oh, one got on and got off.
I'm going to
We've lost one.
T2 just to wait.
Tower, be advised, all
Apparently got 9 packs coming, 9 packs coming. 2 tier 2 and the rest, sorry no, 2 tier 1, rest.
Roger, I think I've got eyes on another T1 approaching from the front right side now.
That's it.
There's no need to wait for the T2s to board, they can board now.
I'm drinking water.
T2 should be boarded first.
We're on the ground for quite a long time now.
Are there any T2s there? Okay.
1-2, Charles. Johnson is all good. He's just not responsive. Pulse and blood pressure is normal.
Johnson's AI.
Johnson's AI.
T2's on.
Okay, we have 2
We need to get off.
Farm enters T1.
Taking small arms.
Turning base for approach.
Contact.
I'll check farm inter.
Roger, we're also taking small arms at the moment.
contact to our left, contact to our left.
Can you get the tier 2 to come off? Loading bug.
Gunshots right side.
Right side. Can you debug for me?
Left side.
Yep. The tier 1 off.
Yeah, keep trying. Just keep trying.
Sorry, the fucking thing is bugged. We couldn't load.
Yeah, it's okay. I know. That's why we're checking it.
Zero Bravo Vanquish 1-1, eyes on
Give him hell, boys.
RPG launcher.
Oh, we're still fucked, yeah.
Oh, I get on load. Got an RPG launcher. We need to go as soon as possible. Get out.
Get out. I'm opening up against that boy.
Might want to tell him where you've seen it. Out.
Left rear
Oh, I
of the
need to
Chinook.
look.
Left rear of the
Yeah,
Chinook. That RPG is roughly about 5 o'clock of our position.
Yeah, they're having problems
Sorry, correction. 7.
Oh, one in.
We just... Parminter just disappeared.
I'm back on.
Roger, are we...
Not clear from rear at the moment.
What are we waiting on at the rear?
Multiple packs coming on.
Where's our T1 gone, Warren?
All in.
I think he just
no.
crashed or DC'd or something.
I think so.
As
He
a-
just disappeared.
He DC'd by the looks of it.
Still not hearing that fucking minigun open up.
Right, clear from rear. I've got no eyes on other packs.
Infantry left side!
Lifting.
I've got no other packs. on the
Not
back.
lifting. Roger, staying on deck.
There's 1 times contact and the tree line. Left side.
Thank you.
Can these packs... Right, clear from rear. No, not clear from rear. Packs keep unloading.
Okay, more is fine.
Shepherd can't get on board for some reason.
Eason is the other...
Roger, I'm briefing man.
I've never seen the giant
Eason
stuff before. That is bizarre.
The both tier 1s...
I'm gonna hop back off and see if I can help them. Just getting...
Thank you.
So we just have tier 2.
If you can get on crew positions.
Right. Sorry, Nergod, I have to go.
That's fine, mate.
Catch you later.
Blizzard, use your thermals if you can.
I
If you can't get on the
shit.
bird, jump on crew chief or crew position.
Contact to 9 o'clock position.
Okay.
Robot Moses, sorry.
Right. If you guys can't get on the Chinook, go round to the right side and get in the crew team.
Or
Yes.
we're on the ground.
Unless we unload everyone.
I can't. No, I can't get in the back. It won't let me, so I have to do this. If not, then did this to me on Sunday as well.
Can you load in this?
You should be able to swap from a...
I can't. Yeah, someone else is on the crew.
Yep, I am.
Roger, one match. My friend.
I think
Wait,
that's
close the door.
I think Shark is outside, but I don't. He might not be in the
I'm inside, but I'm on the crew
Contact left
chief.
side.
Warren can't get on.
I'm
Warren
not
can't get on.
Someone's got my
Vehicle
stake.
to left side contact.
Can't board.
All in, all in.
All crew
All in.
take it.
I'm back on. Chef's gonna get TP'd.
That's all in.
Roger.
Yep, clear from rear.
Clear. Roger, lifting.
Hacking
God,
myself.
that was an adventure
Right.
and a half. Jesus fucking Christ.
Warren, start from the bottom of the list. I started at the top.
This fucking game.
Got it, go on. I...
Fucking hell.
Right.
That was interesting, wasn't it, boys?
Don't even get started on that shit.
Clumsy bastards.
Yeah, you're all bugs getting on, right?
Yeah, majority.
Okay.
Baker, can you start from the middle, please, so we don't go over each other?
Yeah, I'll start in the middle, going down.
Got it, thanks.
Call out who you're treating.
Yep, Saber's got a heart rate of 80.
Looking at Chirac now.
Blood pressure 95.
More is fine.
Dowling.
What run were you going for? Same as last time?
Negative. I'm gonna go for 204 left.
Blood pressure
Roger, therefore left.
85.
Looking at Mr. Moore.
1-2 Alpha Zoo.
I've already called out more. More is fine. Norgard is fine. Checking lambs.
Tricky 1-1
Oh, you're on land.
final report,
Okay.
04 left.
Looking at Dowling.
Tricky 1-1 final, 04 left.
Right, I believe they've... Have we checked over everyone?
Yep, we've covered everybody.
My instruments are fucked.
Instruments are hit.
Got it.
That's fine, we're good. Instruments are fuck all, don't need them.
Alright, we're taking you back and we're going to get you patched up. That was an interesting
2
time getting you all on
Alpha
board.
is Whiskey 1-1 Charlie
Putting
Mr.
sailing into.
We'll get you patched up and everything.
Can you confirm?
Bear with
Tricky
us a
1-1
moment.
on final report, 04 left out.
Putting 500 cc's into Dowling.
So,
Oh, it's just my HUD that's gone
it's
actually.
just the HUD, it's just the instrument.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
it's just your HUD.
bandages, but
The medic with the
Right,
biggest
here we
gun
go.
around here.
Psycho
I
flight
like it.
tower, service complete. Out.
Sorry?
The medic's on the minigun. The medic gets the big gun, I see, I like it.
That's
Looking
right.
at Saber.
Not tonight.
Ah. So that cross
Okay.
just so that cross behind him is just for show.
Stitching up Saber at the moment.
25.
221
It's one of the
overactive runway.
loadouts.
20 meters.
Looks cool.
15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
51 clear of active
5,
and landing at
4,
Merc 10 next to the
3,
ACC tower.
2, 1, 0.
Saber looks good.
Rebels on deck.
Get him off, please.
Debus, debus,
Got
debus.
Debus.
Boss.
Getting off. Okay, where's the med tent?
All packs on.
Where actually is the med tent? What's the server? There it is over here. Okay, everybody to the med tent. In you go, Saber. Into the tent to the back left, please. Oh God, middle left, please.
Huh?
In the med tent, go to the middle left, please.
Middle left.
More, back right, please.
One to office.
I'm good.
You good?
I got a couple more clamps
Right,
down.
welcome you.
Zero Bravo, message over.
Okay,
Send message.
bring them into the front for me.
Fucking cunt.
Okay, more.
Packing
Let's
Saber,
get
packing
packed.
Saber.
Transport task.
I'm absolutely fine.
You're absolutely fine. You can get out the med tent then, by all means.
Let's get you packed.
Lambs, stop to the
Saber,
ground,
you're packed.
please.
You're good to go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Roger, pick up infantry at HLS 2 and
I would have carried you.
RTB
You
them
could have
to
asked.
the SLS.
Okay, packing you now, Lambs.
Yeah, Roger. If you
Packing
want to leave
Vanguard.
the medic,
How's
deal with
Norgard?
the packs that you've got there, and
Moody, you good?
for this task.
Yeah, I've just
waiting
got
on
cuts, that's all.
HLS over.
Oh, I can see
Okay,
you was
Lambs,
viewing
you are
outside
good to
the
leave
outside
the
of the
med
chopper
tent.
like a giant.
Howling.
Right?
Hello.
Is anyone treating you? No.
Couldn't get in it. I just
Roger.
it put me in it, and I was just
Packing
walking
down.
around inside it.
Roger,
got it.
packing down.
Is everybody in the med tent treated?
Believe so.
If you want to leave the medic,
That's correct.
we're going to...
Okay, you're packed. You're good to go, Dowling.
All packs packed.
Idris, are you injured?
Aircraft is airborne for
Okay.
psycho flight training.
You used to be able to.
Okay, just packing
Used to be
you.
able to.
Gents, if you want to board and leave the
Baker?
medic, please, we are picking up packs for RTB back to
Baker, can
here.
you pack me, please?
Psycho flight
Oh, pack
tower.
you? Yes.
Yeah,
URA,
pack me.
acknowledge, over.
Idris, you're good.
Staple, you on that?
Is that everybody done?
Roger, scramble,
Yeah, that is
scramble,
everyone's gone.
scramble,
Fantastic.
tower.
Packing you, Moses.
Thank you.
Yeah, it depends what.
I took a bit of a chest shot.
You're gonna have 30 seconds to get on this berth.
You are cleared
Good to
for
go.
takeoff.
Good to go, let's
runway
go.
0,
Coming.
right, acknowledge, over.
Yikes.
Are we taking these packs back in?
No, they're staying here with the medic to get treated, and we're going to go pick the rest of them up.
Tower, over.
Okay, Rog.
Yeah, I need another belt.
Baker, you on board?
1-2 Alpha is Whiskey 1, my Charlie, Mr. Trevor.
Tricky 1-1, tower, message, over.
10 message tower, over.
Be advised, runway 04 right is in use
All
via
on board.
psycho flight 3 times
All on board.
Typhoon airframe. Acknowledge, over.
Advise we're
Roger,
departing
be advised,
northwest.
we're going to be departing northwest, direct from Merpad, over.
Received, out.
Clear it.
Language flight leader, Charlie, message over.
Tricky 1-1 departing northwest from Merpad, out.
Tricky 1-1 lifting.
Just to pick up the rest of the
Departing northwest.
Tricky 1-1 departing northwest.
Roger, I'll be sending Vanquish 1-2. Over.
Roger, Charlie.
Right, so picking up packs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we know what we're expecting?
Got it.
Like injured or
No, just RTB.
Okay.
Over.
Regular packs from HLS 2, which is grid 0690185, and they're going back to the airbase wherever we just were. I'll give you a grid in 1 second. They're going to go to grid 145163. Over.
Where's that? Is that where we picked him up? The
No.
infantry bear.
So, no, that's not where we picked them up. That's the Merpad.
Okay. We're going back to the Merpad, where we just dropped those lads off from.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so they were all fixed, by the way.
is
Lovely.
straight south at this time. Over.
Roger, Psychofly acknowledges straight.
Let's hope we don't have the same problems last time, because I'm actually like...
That was really bad. That was one of the worst
Roger,
examples I've
aircraft
seen
believed
of
to be
it.
tracking north.
Yeah, there was nothing to cause it, though. Unless it was a T1 logging in...
It's because the T1 DC'd whilst in the vehicle.
In my... yeah. Oh, it was... oh my god, I was gonna... so annoying.
And just frustrating.
I was in the middle of treating him as well. He disappeared while I was treating him.
Some message, Vanquish. I'm gonna be holding until.
Okay. So when we landed and we put everyone in the med tent, did you two see how I instructed them to?
Roger, I'm just holding south at the moment.
Yes, I did, yes.
Until
That was
you're with us,
bonus.
and we'll be heading into HLS 2. Over.
Okay, Charlie, over.
So when we...
send message over.
Sorry, I'll wait.
Judge, you have your escort over.
Roger, over.
Really?
Do we? No, say we do not. We're waiting for the escort.
We do not have our escort. We are waiting for it, over. I didn't catch what he said.
Then say again.
Yeah.
Roger out.
There's no issue to ask them to say it again, ever.
Yeah.
So when we're at the med tent back on server 1, obviously it's not as big as that one, you've effectively got 4 positions. What I'd recommend is when we're taking people on, you go back left, back right, front left, front right. If you get people dropped in those 4 corners, then people are kept nice and spaced out and you've got room to work and people don't get clogged up.
I either think my right radio is on the wrong freak, or they're talking on 256.
Roger, I'm gonna head direct north into HLS 2.
So what we have a tendency to do when we're doing med evacuations and we're bringing them back to the HLS is everybody tries to pile in at the same time into the med tent.
Gonna be 4.1 off your nose now.
What I would like to see going forward is that the crew chief, when they get off, takes control of it unless they're handing over to another crew, like when we do the switch over between Vortex and Tricky, and they take the first passenger up and then they direct people as to where to go. So as you're going in, you should be told front left, front right, rear left, rear right. Rear right.
2 kilometers.
Because that's near the door. You try and take them into the most
Smoke to the front.
corners.
Yeah, it's just a dead Apache, don't worry about it. 30 seconds.
Orange smoke front, seen.
Seen.
Roger, HLS is going to be there, it's going to be tight trees surrounding it.
I'm gonna bring our nose right onto the orange smoke.
Roger, last obstacle will be trees.
Got it.
Yeah, Roger.
Left side, you're going to have a wall.
Roger, thanks.
Infantry left
HLS
side.
looks clear according to Vanquish. Left side, infantry.
Infantry left side.
Roger, bring it all
15, 10, 9, 8, over trees, 6, 5, 4, 3, clear rear, 2, 1, 0. And rear wheels
safe on deck, go get him left side.
Got it. But I'm waiting at rear.
They're bringing a POW.
I do wish they stopped approaching from the left side though. That'd be nice.
Pack on.
That's my only comment for this evening.
Yeah, we should tell them.
Delta begin loading.
Do that to begin.
Tons of seepers.
Tower, this is Psycho Flight message over.
I have more coming. It's a wide ARD.
I have hailed unidentified aircraft again. Still no contact.
Did you inform how many when you got
Do
on?
we have a number of packs? I'm told any number of
negative
packs,
is-
and there's no more coming.
Fuck me, 10.
We believe it's 10.
More packs coming.
Yeah, 10, 11 with 1 prisoner.
11 with 1
POW is good.
Roger, I'll advise you when I'm gonna be ready to lift.
Delta, just get on.
Issue the warning, please.
Acknowledged. Out to you, Psycho Flight Tower. Issue the warning. Over.
Do we want to unload the prisoner?
Taking a look at right.
Can we unload the prisoner because my guys can't get in?
Why is this so... It shouldn't be an issue. Unload the POW, get him in. Get the packs in.
I can't unload him. I don't have an option to unload him.
If you're outside, try and unload the prisoner.
Yeah. You can't unload from the inside, I don't believe.
Warren, can you try and unload the prisoner, please, from the outside? Yep, he's gone. He's gone.
Board. Ralston, that works.
I can't even fucking move, man.
That's
Can't
not
get into
magic.
the passenger seat.
Just says if you're in, you're in. Prisoners stuck inside the chopper.
God's sakes.
Vanquish, you know what that explosion was?
No, I don't prison that.
Right, Moses, I'm
Gonna give you my casualty.
the fucking prisoners we're gonna start.
Yeah. I'm in.
Section if you are fucking.
It was all looked like it was a vehicle blowing up and then just got deleted, so.
Contact with the target aircraft, call sign Papa 1-1.
Okay, everybody's
They say
on.
that he has taken pictures
People,
and we have
people
no
are
jurisdiction over
hurt.
here.
We need Cullen on it. Is Cullen on here?
Yeah.
Cullen's on, I'm on. Brooke, I'm on board.
Can anybody
I
see
did-
the POW?
I don't know
We
when
got him out.
it
We
is.
picked him out. to
He'll
try
be
and get him
inside the airframe, I bet.
No,
There
I.
is nobody here.
Ground and
Okay.
They've got the POW, I believe.
They have. Are you sure?
Not sure, but I have just seen it. Someone had it.
Parkinson's just debussed. He's definitely not stood up in here.
No, POW is definitely not in here.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Ralston's good.
Loader, you can leave.
Roger, out to
Right.
you, 0 Alpha Tower, over.
Fucking spasm, man. Fuck. Ow.
I'm back off.
Aircraft is track south
They're getting us.
Lift. Brooks wants us to lift.
Akatori, over.
We're clear to lift.
Cliff and Rhea, we've been told to lift.
Roger.
Brooke.
Vanquish, I'm lifting, departing south.
Looking at Larkinson.
Okay.
Charlie Delta.
Cullen.
Delta.
Right, we do have
someone
some
from Cullen
casualties,
on
I
board. You have the rest of the section.
I'm with you, Larkinson.
Aircraft is to be ordered south.
Heart rate, blood pressure is good on Larkinson.
And the RAF base.
Yeah, I just got a broken arm. Keep bleeding.
Orders will come through this channel.
Yep.
Cullen. Yeah, you just.
Roger, I'm going to be flying in these valleys
Have
left
we got any
once we come through
sailing
this
for
next saddle.
Wilson?
Drawson on board.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Alright, cool. Charlie Delta.
Are you gonna...
Oh, yep, putting 500
Need-
in now.
Okay, got it.
I've got my fucking leg black.
All casualties stable?
Charlie Delta.
Stable.
Great.
I didn't know
Speed
Wilson was on
293.
board, so-
I believe everyone's stitched.
Yeah, I didn't realise.
Tower, over.
You able to keep up or not? You want me to slow down?
That was fucking...
Roger, if you say so.
I am giving him the
Flight
second
tower,
dose of
wait,
saline
out to
because
you.
he's
But
been
considering
lost
we
on
never
it.
fight as a section, I think we did okay.
I'm going to be landing on 04 left. Well, coming into the map pad.
There's only someone you're fighting in the section,
within
but
10 kilometers.
fucking mad one.
Okay, Ralston will be fine to be packed. Everyone.
Briggy 1-1 on final for moped our left side of 004 left. Received out to
So
you,
many
Cyclo
loading
flight,
issues
tower,
tonight,
over.
it's ridiculous.
Welcome to Arma.
Yeah, but we don't get it this
Tricky
bad.
1-1, final map pad.
Yeah, the bed's Arma. Arma just does Arma things when it wants to do Arma things. It's very
Holy shit, that was loud.
very
Annoying. Hey, can I get my base paid back, please?
Roger, and record.
30 seconds, not even that.
Briggy 1-1
Right,
over active
Oh,
runways.
Ah, mine.
In case you're not getting your mags back.
Briggy 1-1 over active runways.
Going into moped
Good.
broke side of
I
it.
should have given you the ammo earlier.
20.
We're coming into
One
the-
way.
well.
Get off my
10.
pad. Be gone.
Thoughts? Get out the way.
9 meters.
Oh my lord.
just really
Okay,
check.
sit on my
Just
pad.
fucking land on them.
6, 5, 4, 3,
You can't. You don't
2,
want to get
1,
0.
0. Back up to
Briggy
1,
1-1
0.
active
Rear
runways.
wheels on deck.
Safe on deck, get him off.
Debust,
Split
debust,
down.
debust, and go to the medical tab,
Vortex,
please.
wrong, tricky one.
Okay, Callan, I gotcha.
Right.
Right, you cut.
Oh, interesting. I actually can't get out.
Say again.
Oh, so?
Tower, over.
Ralston, can you get out?
Be advised, threat has been eliminated.
Ralston?
Strike by Psycho 4.
Alan,
The best, the brightest.
I'll carry you, mate. Yeah.
Ralston can't get out.
Can you not?
Right, wouldn't you there?
Blizzard,
Psycho
Med 10.
Flight Tower, all received.
Mm,
Radar
yeah.
contact eliminated. Engagement recorded. Tape submit or return. Bye-bye.
Right.
What you got to understand?
Any further questions or Psycho Flight RTB over?
That's it. Go to the left, please, and drop.
Psycho
you.
Flight is to enter holding pattern around the airfield. Over.
Need a fucking mad tad. I've already got missing.
Roger, understood. Psycho Flight.
Can you drop him at the
Yep,
front
you
left,
can be
please,
packed.
Parkinson?
Left?
Yep.
Here?
Perfect.
Moses, where do you want
Drop
Ralston?
him.
Blizzard.
Front right, please.
Wait.
Oh,
From-
Williams.
Kill me,
Just a-
please, bossman.
This is Whiskey
Alan,
1 on
stay still
Charlie,
for
signing
me.
back into 2-1. Out.
Okay, packing you now, Colin.
Right, let's...
Blizzard, you're packed. You're good.
Psycho Flight Tower. Over.
Psycho Flight.
You
I'll
want to
take the
return
rear
to RAF.
Right, still not
Good
being
idea.
packed.
We're still being packed, Cullen.
Packing Larson.
Maintain
5
QRF
seconds.
position
Thank you.
around 04 left and 04 right.
Cullen, you are free to go. Please do leave the med tent.
Right, Ralston, I'm going to put a bit more sailing into you.
Touch me up, Moses.
Well, I would do if you didn't lie right in the entrance
Parkinson,
to the
you're
med
packed.
tent.
Good to go.
Good lord.
Thank you very much, guys.
Alright, hang
I
on.
need to move. No, you go.
You stay
Outstanding.
there.
0, this is Whiskey 1 on
You
Charlie.
stay
Mess over.
there. I'm going to get you still sorted out, alright? You're still bleeding again.
Yeah, let's get you...
Yeah.
I'm getting 500 into Ralston.
Fractions are not working.
500 sailing going into Ralston.
So did we get the prisoner of war out?
No, he kind of had a bug on the system.
Yeah.
Great.
That I think we need to swap Chinooks. So that
I
T1
think that kind of talk will fly in The Hague.
Yeah, I'm gonna request a new chinook.
Okay?
because
You're no longer
it's getting
bleeding
like
and stitching. Yeah, that was horrendous.
yeah. So at this point,
Yeah, what happened?
it would be better like
Look,
putting
I
one to
don't
the
know what's up
banquet
with that.
and
It's just issues.
It seems
letting
like
people
every
in.
time I try and get in here, this happens.
Chinook, we don't love you.
Yeah, Broad, you just don't want any
Put
under
it
there, Brooke,
simply.
that's all it is.
Chinook, no love you.
Right, you call me Broad and then Brooke.
I know,
Yeah,
I know,
Bravo.
sorry.
You're wrong, tricky
Love
one.
you.
One message over.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Still here, look.
No, he's gone.
Charlie,
He's in a
tricky.
better place.
If we're doing more taskings, can we get a new chinook? Over.
Okay.
Negative there, debriefing and DC in now. If you want to stand for training, I can give you a neutral cover.
Williams, just need that blood to come through to you, okay?
Roger,
Okay,
I'll have
well,
a chat with my crew, see what they
on
want
my
to do.
menu it still
yeah,
says
Ralston was gonna be waiting a bit.
I'm blue.
Yeah, you're fine, you're not
Dabba
bleeding.
dee,
You're
dabba
not
dee.
bleeding, you're stitched, your saline's going through.
Okay, I'll trust you. If I
The
pass
pressure
out, you'll
increase
fall.
No, I said we still need to be packed.
Blizzard, coming in.
Put in
Oh,
there
I didn't
560
get
you
that.
were fixed.
Goddamn stupid thing.
They say you were fixed, Williams.
I can pack.
I can't hear you over the whatever aircraft that
I'm
is.
packing
Get down,
Ralston.
get down. Said you're no longer bleeding, we just had to wait for you to be ready to be packed.
Ah, okay.
Alright, you still lost a lot of blood, so I'm giving you some more saline.
Packed. All good.
Crew, we have two options. Do we want to DC, happy with the night, you know, had a couple hours training in, or do we want to continue for a little bit?
I'm
Honestly,
happy
don't
to
mind.
DC because the Chinook was fucked.
Yeah, this is why I'm asking, because I can get a new Chinook face down.
Tagging along with us.
Believe everyone else is DCing, so
I think it's DC drones, Moses.
Oh,
I guess we're going to be doing a debrief otherwise.
Okay, I'll stick.
I mean, if you want a DC, that's no issue for me. It's server 2, so not a problem for me if you want a DC when you're not packed.
Right, let's have a look.
I'd rather DC so I can go make food and eat it and be a fat bastard.
Go on,
I'm
Williams, you can
DCing
DC.
for supper.
Roger.
So
We'll do that.
It's
Right,
not
thank
like
you
you
very
need
much.
practice.
Right.
Unless others want to stay on.
You get weekly practice of touching up, man.
I know.
76.
Go on, you can
Acknowledge over.
DC.
I'm popping 500 saline.
Godfrey, you okay?
Yeah. Whoa, he yeeted.
Yeah.
Psycho 1,
Baker's
roger,
gone.
scramble,
This
Oh, we
is
were
scramble.
just
gone.
Psycho
thinking
1 is taking off runway 04 right, send brief over.
Right, getting the saline to you, right?
Roger,
You're
Psycho
both free
Flight,
to
be
DC
advised you will
should you
need
wish to.
all 4 aircraft airborne. Break.
It's server 2, it's not a problem.
Brief is
Yeah.
3 hostile
Are we going off?
MiG-29
Yep, going
radar
off into debrief.
contact.
Okay.
Track. Break.
Tricky or 1-1.
Right, you
Sound
can
have
stay and be
preset 26
fixed.
Out.
Or you can DC, which is your preference.
I'll do
3
Thought you
enemy
might.
MiG-29s radar contact.
You know what we're doing, you TMW.
Tracking towards the runways from
Rightio, off we
HMS
go,
Ark
boys.
Royal. Your mission to intercept
Yeah.
and engage contact. Acknowledge, Arma.
We're DCing into debrief, Wick.
Yes.
MiGs,
Okay.
from
If you
Elbro
want,
to the
otherwise we can do
runways,
training, but Blizzard wants to go do food.
No, I think...
I want to give stuff my face
I
to food
think
and be a
for
fat
what we need to
bastard.
practice, we need additional bodies. It doesn't always work with AI.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
Psycho Flight
Yeah.
Tower, read back correct. Out.
see you in
Good
debrief.
work tonight, Warren. Solid job, mate.